आओ देखें क्रिकेट टीवी।
हेलो, गुड मॉर्निंग एंड वेलकम टू क्रिकेट टीवी। हम लौटे हैं रिव्यू के साथ एंड वी आर रिव्यूइंग इंडिया वर्सेस इंग्लैंड फर्स्ट टेस्ट डे वन। और कल का दिन बहुत ही बढ़िया रहा। सेंचुरी देखा हमने फ्रॉम जायसवाल एंड गिल। इंडियन कैप्टन अभी भी खेल रहे हैं, नॉट आउट एट 127 अलॉन्ग विद पंत एट 65। 3 विकेट शायद लिए हैं इंग्लैंड ने। तो हु विल गो फर्स्ट? हेतवी, नारायण सर, हु वुड लाइक टू गो फर्स्ट on your command?
We
I'll start, yes. So England won the toss and chose to bowl. Like it's a traditionally bowler friendly pitch, but then their plan backfired. The way the new generation played, because without Kohli and Rohit Sharma, I was a little wary while I was not on the in the preview, but I would have been a little skeptical about this team. But they played really well. So India ended up with 359 for three. That was, mind blowing. Except for Ben Stokes, I don't think anybody else played really well for England. And Rishabh Pant, we are seeing him back in form, 65 of 102. That was great from him. Just who
Jaiswal.
Sai went out on
Right.
a duck. That
Yeah.
was a little disappointing, but I think that's how it has been going on. Uh, and Shubman Gill, 127, unbeaten, first Indian since Virat Kohli, I think. So that is a record in itself, and I think it went really well. While bowling and fielding of England wasn't that great, I think they missed some chances. There was dropped run out opportunity, no ball, and a lot of those instances that I think helped India coming to 359. Of course, they played really well as well.
Narayan sir.
Narayan sir.
So, welcome back. And Anderson Tendulkar Trophy kicks off at in England yesterday. So, first day at Leeds, India lead all the way. So, LEED, So, let's pick some that way basically. So, as mentioned, having won the toss, Stokes put India into bat first, and a young Indian side, showed the world how they can really bat, basically. Jaiswal and Rahul batted well in the opening session before drinks, before the lunch break, of course, and Rahul made a well-made 42. If you see 78 balls, 8 fours, and a strike rate of 54. All his boundaries, if you see, were elegantly hit, a typical KL Rahul style, how he hits those boundaries, copybook style. He and Jaiswal scored a good partnership of 91 runs off 151 balls, laying the foundation for the other batters to follow to take it the other way around. So the highest opening partnership at Leeds by the Indians was 64 runs between Gavaskar and Srikanth way back in 1986. So after almost 39 years, this record has reached 91. Hopefully, in the next whenever we have a match here, it should cross the 100 mark. Let's see how it works out. Sai Sudarshan, who made his debut for India, was put into bat at number 3, did not last long, and was out for a duck on his fourth ball. So it is not very common of Indians getting out for a duck. Of late, if you find R. Ashwin got out for a duck, Vridhiman Saha, the wicketkeeper in 2010, got out for a duck against South Africa. Umesh Yadav, he got a first ball duck, against West Indies. And now Sai Sudarshan 2025 against England. One rare occasion we have is the great G.R. Vishwanath. He got a duck in the first inning and a century in the second inning. So very rare on debut, it works out that way. So that was one thing. Then Gill walked in at number 4, a very strong position to fill in uh, because of the retirement of both Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. And batting for the first time as an India captain, he joined Jaiswal, who was playing excellently well, having adjusted to the England condition and also the IPL type of aggression he's known for. If you've seen Jaiswal, the way he hits people all across the stadium, So that he had already adjusted, almost good innings, and both Jaiswal and Gill played some very glorious shots in their partnership of 129, of 163. Jaiswal completed his century, a well-made one, got out at 104, 159 balls, 16 fours, 1 6, strike rate of 64. He hit the first six of the match, of course, Jaiswal hit, and there were other sixes to follow. And he is the first Indian batter to score centuries in first matches in England and in Australia. So that is
Yeah.
a very rare combination of uh, you know uh, uh, batting which a young player like Jaiswal can do. In came vice captain Pant, joined the captain at the score of 221 for 3 in the 53rd over. Both Gill and Pant hit shots all across the stadium, and it was very nice to see the way they were playing, controlling their aggression but not losing out any loose ball, just hitting it out in that copybook style and kept the scores running. Jaiswal completed his century, and the fifth Indian, to complete a good, sorry, not Jaiswal, Gill. Gill completed his
Yes, yes.
century, and he hit the other centurions before Shubham Gill, are Vijay Hazare in 1951, scored 164 against England in Delhi. Gavaskar, the Sunny Gavaskar, 1976, 116 New Zealand in Auckland, 25 years after Vijay Hazare. Then Dilip Vengsarkar, 1987, 102 West Indies, Delhi. It is again 11 years after Sunil hit the century, Gavaskar. Then Virat Kohli, 2014, 115 in the first and 141 in the second against Australia. Against Australia in Adelaide. So he is the only one captain who has hit centuries in both the innings, apart from the great Greg Chappell. So there are only two people, a Greg Chappell and a Virat Kohli, and now we have a Shubham Gill. Again, if you
Maybe.
see, uh, uh, still Mr. Gill is batting on 127,
Yes, yes.
175 balls, 16 fours, and 1 6. In fact, his only six he hit was after he crossed his century. At 103 to 109, he took that century, and then
6,
after
yeah.
that, he hit another six also. Correct. Pant, though controlling his aggression, as I mentioned earlier, tried some of his shots he's known for and completed his half century and is not out on 65, 102 balls, 6 fours, 2 sixes. He is the second wicket keeper to do this double, 3,000 runs and 150 dismissals, both after Mr. Dhoni, the great MS
Yeah.
धोनी. बाद में पंत सेकंड विकेट कीपर बने हैं इंडिया के लिए जिन्होंने ये डबल किया हुआ है ना. अच्छा, पंत की और गिल की साझेदारी 138 रन्स है अभी, 198 बॉल्स है ना. No, so the one thing which is very prominent, which is coming out, that at average age of these two century makers and one half century maker is only 25. No, Jaiswal is 23, Pant is 27, and Gill is 25. So that shows the young Indian, the Gen Bold, which is doing quite well for India actually. And these three partnership had put India in the driver's seat throughout. Even though the second ball was taken by Stokes immediately after 80 overs, which is the rule, bowled. 5 overs have since been bowled with the new ball, and the real test of both these overnight batters will be in the first half of the day two. Etwi.
Yes, sir. I think that was, wonderfully said. And I was just reading certain reactions, and Ravi Shastri and Nasir Hussain, they praised India's discipline and aggression. And they said, this puts immense pressure on England as well. Gill and Jaiswal, I think they held the comparison to Tendulkar and Sehwag because they used to have this kind of partnership.
Correct.
And this
Correct.
new upcoming team is really coming out really good. They are playing really well. They're playing very in a disciplined and aggressive but consistent manner, apparently. So I think it's a good team. And England is in
So
pressure,
when we have spoken about how the India batted. Now I want to just speak a few
Yes,
thoughts about
yes.
the English bowlers. So Ben Stokes, uh, bowled first after winning the toss, and was confident that his bowlers would make full use of the conditions and the pitch, which you also mentioned that the calculation has gone wrong. So besides him, he used four other bowlers. Vokes 19 to 89.0 with the economy rate of 4.7.
0.7.
Cast 16, 5 maidens, 71, 4.4. Tongue 16, 0, 75, 0. Again 4.7. Stokes himself 13, 1, 43, 2, 3.3. And Bashir, the spinner, 21, 4, 66, 0, 3.1. Stokes took two wickets, no doubt, but I don't know why he bowled less. He just bowled 13.
Yes.
Among the other bowlers, he is the one who has bowled the minimum. Sometimes
Yeah.
what happens, the captaincy pressures, you know, you are unable to work out कि मैं कम bowling करूं, ज़्यादा bowling करूं, कैसे करूं, किसको दूं. So that could be, because all the other pacers had an average economy rate of 4 plus, in fact, if you see.
Yeah.
Stokes को छोड़ के. Bashir was the most economical. He bowled the
Yep.
maximum, and though he was not lucky to take any wicket, but I think if he is bowling well, I think Jadeja also will be, equivalent.
Bowling well. Yes.
Yeah. So Stokes took both the wickets of Sai and Jaiswal. Sai, though he get into a trap, a
Yeah.
newcomer, he did not understand how it works out, but I think he will learn. And Kars took the first wicket of Rahul. Rahul also fished that ball outside, so possibly he had to lose his wicket. So that is one thing. Going ahead, today, I think इंडिया के लिए एक 500 प्लस का एक टारगेट अचीवेबल है. अभी तो ये दोनों बैट्समैन चल रहे हैं. वी आर ऑलमोस्ट एट 360, फॉलोड बाय करुण नायर, जडेजा एंड ठाकुर, who can all bat. Karun Nair, of course, is a
Yes.
specialist
Yes.
batsman. Jadeja and Thakur are all-rounders. Thakur has been taken in the 11 over other players. And then I think the way things are working should be at least 500 का score अच्छा हो सकता है. लेकिन the first 45 minutes or half an hour, in the
Will decide.
conditions, and with the new ball being worked out, how Vokes ने भी the wicket नहीं लिया है, तो he's thirsty for a wicket basically.
Yes.
So, and he is the prime bowler also. So let's see how it works out. I hope we had a good day yesterday, and we see more of Pant and Gill. I would be happy if Gill gets to 200, the first captain in India to get a 200 on debut, at least cross 164 of Vijay Hazare, and Pant getting his century. So if these two things happen, 500 or 500 plus is nowhere according to me. Hetvi.
So yeah, I mean, you're very correct in what you said about the bowlers as well. Vokes will be thirsty for a wicket, and we have to be careful in that sense. And a 500 puts us in an even better position than we are at this point. So yes, India dominated the first day. It was amazing, and England will now face an uphill task to counter the momentum. They'll have to work really hard to control the game, or at least not have us reach 500. So it will be interesting match, interesting day too.
Yeah, and what happens is when you field for 1.5 days totally, and then you come to bat. So
You're
it is with
tired.
uphill task to even bat because the stamina also is
Yes.
worked out. And our players, our bowlers have been already sitting there and working out. So unka fire ज़्यादा होगा. So let's say it should be a good match, good days play today, and possibly the climate should not play truant in England,
Yes.
which happens. So
Happens.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. प्रिया जी.
जी, तो देखते हैं डे 2 कैसा खेलते हैं, एंड वील कम बैक विद द रिव्यू ऑफ डे 2. तो मैच देखते हैं, एंड सब्सक्राइब टू आवर चैनल, लाइक, प्लीज सेंड अस योर लाइक्स, एंड वील सी यू सून अगेन. थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग.
Okay.
आओ देखें क्रिकेट टीवी.